Hi there, this video is about the Smash characters I would like to see if Smash ever got released on the Switch. Because I know eventually it will come out on the Switch, and I imagine that when it does, there'll be new characters for us to pick with, hopefully. Maybe not, but we'll see. Now the characters I've chosen, I think are most likely to get in, except for the last three, and the first two that I'm about to mention just now, so the middle part is a good candidate. But yeah, the first two I said I was going to mention was going to be Akira Yuki from Virtua Fighter and Jin from Tekken, or Kazuma, or Heihachi, really, any of the three family. But then I remembered that they added the costume lookalikes to the Miis, so it's kind of unlikely that we'll actually see them. I just thought it'd be kind of cool, because you got Ryu, then it'd be Akira and one of those three. It'd be like the trio, like Namco, Sega and Capcom fighters, all in one game. That'd be delicious, but that's not gonna happen. So yeah, I think, because, well, this is a Sega channel, so I'm gonna start with the only Sega character I could think of that could go back in, along with Sonic and Bayonetta. But by the way, before anybody quips saying that Bayonetta is not Sega, it's Platinum. It was co-developed by Platinum, both games were, and if you check under the licensing, damn, what's that form called? The licensing something under Bayonetta, you will see that it is registered to Sega. So, like it or lump it, Bayonetta is a Sega franchise, so get over that. Anyway, I think Wonder Boy from the Wonder Boy games would be a nice fit. It's cartoony, childish, look-alike thing, with all the little different forms too. That would be neat. They could be good little special moves. And with with Nintendo liking the idea of changing gender in the palette swap, you could have Wonder Girl in there too, because the new one, the Dragon's Trap game, you could change which gender you want to be. So I think that'd be a nice little thing. And plus, with Wonder Boy Dragon's Trap selling really well on the Switch, leading the sales from all the other platforms, I think that would be a nice fit. Nice little, here you go, sort of thing. Yeah, anyway, okay, moving on. Some Konami representatives, because Konami, I feel as though, deserves some love. I think they've had enough hate now since the Silent Hill thing and what they're going to do with Metal Gear Solid. I think they've had enough. I think they get the picture now, because based on their release lineup that's coming up, I think they've got the picture too. I think they get the idea that they effed up. So anyway, yeah, I think Bomberman would be a nice fit, and I know that's technically Hudson, but Bomberman does belong to Konami now, so, you know, again, like it or lump it, Bomberman will be a Konami rep. And with Bomberman R being on the Switch, I think that'd be a nice fit too. It's like bringing him back to form, you know. What was it, the 30th anniversary? That'd be neat. I'd like that. I'd like to see that Bomberman for the Smash. I think that would work. Let's see now. Yeah, Simon Belmont from Castlevania. I'd like to see that. Seeing how the 3 trilogy was on the original NES, excuse me, and Castlevania 4 being on the Super Nintendo, I think that would be pretty cool too. Oh, and Dracula X too for the Super Nintendo. I know Castlevania wasn't exclusive to Nintendo consoles, it was spread out through multiple things, and there was Bloodlines, which is known as New Generations in Europe for the Mega Drive. So Castlevania was not exclusive to one system, it was spread out on loads of different things, but the popularity of Castlevania came from the Nintendo consoles, by far, absolutely. That's where it came from, so I think that would be a nice little diddly if we could have Simon Belmont, or Richter Belmont, really. Any of the Belmonts, I think. Oh, that would be cool. Like, if you pick Simon, and in the colour palette, it changes which Belmont it is. Like, got the same moves, like the move schemes and all that, but it just looks different, like they wear different clothes to represent which Belmont it is. Oh, that would be sweet. Anyway, And the last one for Konami is Snake, Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid. Considering he was in Brawl, and not in this, which I was kind of shocked about. I thought he'd be back, considering how popular he was. But I think at the time, considering the heat with Konami, I think it made sense. They didn't want to touch that with a 9-foot pole. But now it's cooled down, maybe they could make a deal or something. I don't know. I think it'd be kind of cool. I mean, why not? Snake is popular. They've already got the move scheme for him. They just need to replicate that. I know it's easier said than done, but it'd be easier than making a character from scratch. Anywho, yeah, some Nintendo reps. I was thinking about this, considering it is Smash, and everybody I've mentioned so far is third party. So I was thinking in my spare time, who is new in Nintendo that we could add to the roster? And I really couldn't think of any, apart from these three, maybe two. With Xenoblade 2 coming out, Rex or Pyra would be a good pick. Perhaps it'd be the same case again as in... well, I guess they could be their own characters. I haven't played the game or know anything about it, so I guess they have their own move sets within the game, so that I suppose they're quite unique. But I suppose that would be a good one, considering that that other guy from Xenoblade 1, again, I don't know anything about the Xenoblade franchise. I just know it kind of reminds me of... See, this is the thing. I think about Xenoblade and I immediately think about Phantasy Star, and then I go and play that. That's what happens. I just... it reminds me too much of another game, so I just hop over there. Anyway, and any of the ARMS characters. Now, I was thinking about this. Like, ARMS is a neat little game. I've played it. Very fun. I think no matter which one you pick, the moveset will be very similar, so they might as well just keep it the same. And in the palette swap, they change which ARMS character you want to be. Kind of like when you pick Bowser Jr. and you get one of the other Koopalings if you change the palette swap. Kind of like that. The only thing I think about that might not work is ARMS has got quite an over-advantage over the other characters with their reach, of course. So I don't know how they would implement that. They'd have to really think about that. Or maybe they've already done it. You know, it's behind the scenes and people are expecting Smash to show up during E3 of 18. Maybe. Who knows, really, at this point. Anyway, yeah, these last three, I actually do not expect them to show up at all. Like, the other ones I mentioned were, like, likely candidates, I would imagine. But these last three are... If they show up, I would be extremely surprised. Be happy, but surprised. Shovel Knight. People wanted this guy for a while. I think he would work, because he's got the moveset for it. But, I don't know, I just think... I'm not sure, but I think Nintendo might have a stigma against that character. May not want it in the game, perhaps. I'm not sure, but I just don't think it'll ever happen. Same with Shantae. Now, I voted for Shantae during one of the... Remember when we had to vote for a character? And we got two chances? The first vote, I voted for Shantae, and the second vote, I voted for Bayonetta. And then it happened. Holy crap, that was a surprise. Anywho, yeah, I think Shantae would work. It's like cutesy cartoony. She's got the moveset for it. Even Way Forward created a move scheme sheet on their website back when it was happening. So they were putting ideas forward too. That they wanted it to happen, which I don't know. That like they kind of got it all done for them, sort of concept wise, anyway. And lastly, I think Ukulele would be a nice one. Again, it's not likely because it's I don't know, the kind of... With it being delayed on the Switch, didn't get much love, and when it did come out on the Switch, it was already late. Everybody else already had it. And I think the only homage it would give is because it's related to Banjo-Kazooie, and Banjo-Kazooie being related to the N64. So, I don't know, perhaps it could happen, but those last three I would like to see, but I don't... I just don't see it happening at all. Like, the likelihood is like less than 5%. But the other guys, perhaps there's a chance. I would like to see the Konami reps though. Like, even if it's just one of them, like Snake, Simon, Bomberman. If one of those made it in, that would make me very happy, because we need a Konami rep. We have 2 Sega reps, 2 Capcom reps, and a Namco rep. We need Konami, you know, the big 5. Yeah, well, so that was my little rant, character pick. Thank you for listening, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time for more video stuff. Bye bye.